And good afternoon, everyone. This is Kilo Charlie 9 Victor Kilo Victor. My name is Jim, and this is the Friday afternoon Qso-Vlog network. This is a directed network, and I'm net control. If at any time during this net, should an emergency arise, please notify net control, and we'll stand by and allow those in need to access this frequency. Is there any priority or emergency traffic at this time?
Emergency traffic at this time.
And hearing nothing, we will continue. This net is all about ham radio and being all that you can be. That's what our Qso-Vlog network is all about, trying to help people achieve the best sounding station possible. Thanks for dropping by. FYI, my background is 50 years in commercial broadcasting, where a lot of big bucks are spent on audio processing equipment and getting it set up correctly to get the best sounding station possible. Well, long story short, when I became a ham radio operator, I could hear immediately a large discrepancy in on-air technical proficiency. A lot of stations were running with very poor mic equalization, very muddy, with little articulation. And as I continued to work stations, I realized most of the stations were also running very low average peak modulation, many around 30% of average peak modulation. So with my background, I felt I could help, or at least try. I knew that most modern-day ham transceivers did have enough onboard processing equipment to be able to overcome most all of the problems. So it would just be a matter of developing a generic dynamic range setup procedure and then adjusting the onboard EQ gear. And so I started the Qso-Vlog network with the phrase, if you have a radio you want to check out, give us a shout. And today we're currently featuring over 3,400 Qso-Vlog Aircheck recordings. And you can access these recordings by going to YouTube and doing a call letter search for KC9VKV, followed by the word logbook. That's Kilo Charlie 9 Victor Kilo Victor, followed by the word logbook. We also have a newer series called KC9VKV Highlights. That's Kilo Charlie 9 Victor Kilo Victor, followed by the word Highlights on a YouTube search. These are some of our less technical and more human nature philosophical kinds of QSOs. That's KC9VKV, followed by the word Highlights on a YouTube search. Both KC9VKV Logbook and KC9VKV Highlights are segments of our main YouTube homepage of Jim's Radio Story, where we celebrate a 50-year career in commercial broadcasting. A 50-year journey from a 5-watt pirate radio station as a 12-year-old to production director of a major 50,000-watt AM broadcast facility. And the thing that makes this truly a unique story is that I have all the actual masters from all along the way. Over 2,600 shows, including many full-length major music concerts and radio documentaries. You'll have to check it out and subscribe. Jim's Radio Story on a YouTube search. Our mission statement for the Qso-Vlog network is to establish a higher technical level of radio transmissions of the human voice by the intelligent utilization of available electronics in current amateur radio transceivers. Our setup, while generic in nature, converts the average 10 dB dynamic range transmitter with an average 30% of peak modulation to a much fuller 3 dB dynamic range with an average 80 to 85% of peak modulation. This substantial boost in audio transmit level is extremely beneficial in high noise levels and heavy QRM. It allows you to punch through when others fail. The second part of our transmitter setup has to do with proper mic equalization. We're looking to optimize the transmitted voice for a higher degree of intelligibility through the use of EQ patterns that bring out the articulation aspects of the human voice. Again, why need to hear the voice if you can't understand the words? Also this afternoon on the receive side, we're running 5 Internet SDR receivers, monitoring New York, Pennsylvania, Georgia, and Virginia specifically. And in addition, we're running our newer number 5 Hocus Pocus Internet SDR receiver, loaded with 50 additional pre-programmed Internet SDR locations spread out over 20 states across the eastern half of the United States, trying to get the best copy from our 100-watt friends. Now, the audio from these 5 SDR receivers comes up on a 6th position rotary selector. Also in this selector is our local receiver audio. And today, our local receiver is running 3 large 10-foot vertical magnetic loop antennas, one aimed at 0 degrees, one aimed at 90 degrees, and the number 3 is aimed at 134 degrees. These are run as a directional scanner array with a manual voting system 6-position rotary selector. Also today on the transmit side, we'll be running our no SWR specially oriented resonant tuned dipole antenna. One leg of this resonant tuned dipole antenna runs broadside to Montreal, Canada. The other leg runs broadside to Miami, Florida. As we were constructing our station, our mantra was 20 over from Montreal to Miami with a hotspot through the Carolinas. And although conditions may vary, the general performance of this antenna supports its mission. Also today we'll be running our input source indicator, so when we switch from an Internet SDR receiver to our local receiver, you'll be able to hear the switch and see the switch. You'll have to check it out on our YouTube Qso-Vlog video. As we come together for another Friday afternoon Qso-Vlog network, let us pause just a moment for the amateur radio operator's prayer. Lord, we pray for clear 20 over S9 communications today. Let all our transmissions fill the air and reach their destinations QSA-5 to be understood by all. And also, Lord, we seek your divine intervention to bring peace to a very divided United States. As we go through a very conflicting time in America's history, with dark clouds all around, we pray that you'll reduce life's daily political QRM between our brothers and sisters. And through your love and guidance, show us the way to find peace and harmony. Help us to communicate with one another 20 over S9. Thank you, Lord, and God bless and protect America. Amen. To continue, since this part of the band has many nets trying to operate in a very confined area, I would appreciate all stations checking into our Qso-Vlog net to keep their band pass to no wider than 100 to 2900. And again, please, no wider than 100 to 2900. This is the Friday afternoon Qso-Vlog network. And now, with all that being said, let's open it up and see who's out there. If you have a radio you want to check out, give us a shout.
Check to shout.
Okay, I'll say hello. Victor Echo 3, India Fox Tango.
That's Victor Echo 3. What's the rest?
3. What's the rest?
Yeah, India Foxtrot Tango. I feel terrific. QSL?
India Foxtrot Tango. Roger, roger. And what's the name there?
Tango. Roger, roger. And what's the name there?
Yeah, the name here is Hello Echo India Tango Hotel Suite is the name. They're 59 in southern Ontario, 100 miles north of Buffalo, New York, 20 miles west of the city of Toronto. QSL?
Roger, roger, Keith. And what radio are you running today, sir?
Keith, and what radio are you running today, sir?
I am on an ICOM 7600, a 15-year-old piece. Go ahead.
Ah, roger that, roger that. And does that have selectable transmit bandwidths, or are you kind of locked into one bandwidth on that radio?
Locked into one bandwidth on that radio.
It's adjustable from 100 to 2900, and I'm running 100 to 2900 right now.
Oh, excellent, excellent. That's exactly where you should be, sir, because that lets your transmitter reach its best situation there, and then gives you just a slice of daylight before you're into somebody else's conversation, Roger.
Before you're into somebody else's conversation, Roger.
Well, you know, there's no point in pouring energy outside of that bandwidth if your receive bandwidth is no much better. Go ahead.
Oh, roger that, roger that. And what we do is try to fatten up the signal where it is there. Once we get that transmit bandwidth, TBW, in line there at 100 to 2900, we move to the compressor processor, and we're going to approach this thing with some finesse, and we only want a third of that compressor processor. So like a 3 out of 10 or a 30 out of 100 is just beautiful. Roger, roger.
Just beautiful. Roger, roger.
Yeah, QSO, you just need to kiss it with the compressor. I run a recording studio as an audio engineer and an RF engineer, and we never push compression above 5 dB. Go ahead.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. I think that's about what 3 out of 10 or 30 out of 100 is. It's just a third of the capability. So, I guess you could compress more, but I think the compressor processor is something that really needs to be handled with a lot of finesse. It makes people wonder if you're really running it. That's the best way to run a compressor processor, is keep them guessing.
Well, the problem you have with people running compressors is they run them too hard, and basically the compressor is forced into a limiter mode, which in turn starts producing square waves. That's where you get that brittleness in the top end and the harshness. And that's what I know about compressors. But I have compressors in the studio that are $5,000 and $6,000 each, and you can tell the difference. Go ahead.
Oh, roger, yeah. It's just a thing that, in my estimation, a 3 and a 6 on a compressor processor is about the same as far as actually working on the word. But the difference between a 3 and a 6 is that the 6 has suck-up between the words, which doesn't do anybody any good, Roger.
Yeah, I'm sorry I've lost you in the noise floor. The band just dropped out. I'm going to say 73 to you. Sorry we can't carry the conversation. But always a pleasure. We'll look forward to you again. Unfortunately, the band is totally flat. You're less than an S1 right now. Went from an S9 to an S1, so the band is collapsed, and we're going to have to call the QSO short. QSL?
Roger, Keith, 73 up that way, sir. I've been using the PA SDR to copy the mail on you, and you've been about 15 over on that PA SDR, and of course we do recording all the time on the Friday afternoon Qso-Vlog net. So I've got a very good recording of you. If you'd like to go to YouTube and do a call letter search for Kilo Charlie 9 Victor Kilo Victor, followed by the word logbook, we'll take you to this recording. It'll be cut number 1 in a series of 3400, and I'll have it uploaded to YouTube by noon tomorrow, Roger.
Why, thank you very much, sir. Greatly appreciate it.
Yes, sir, Keith. 73, sir. Have a great afternoon, beautiful weekend. If you get a chance, join us next Friday. We'd love to have you. This is the Friday afternoon Qso-Vlog net. If you have a radio you want to check out, give me a shout.
Alpha 3, Radio Charlie, portable.
Alpha 3 station, come back slowly with your call sign phonetically, please.
Alpha 3, Romeo Charlie, portable.
Romeo Charlie Portable, Roger, and what's the name there?
Name here is Rich, Romeo India Charlie Hotel.
Roger, Rich, and what's your location, sir?
We are in southeastern Pennsylvania at Fort Washington State Park.
Roger that. Well, I'm copying you on SDR in Pennsylvania, and I got about 20 over on you, Roger.
Yeah, very good. Are you on K3FEF?
I believe so. I really don't use the call signs. I just use the cities more than anything, Roger.
Yep, very good. Yeah, that's the most popular one in Pennsylvania. It's probably about 90 miles anyways from where I'm at.
Roger that. And what radio is it you're running?
that. And what radio is it you're running?
So we are setting up for field day, so I am running a FT857D on battery power with a 80 through 10 off-center fed up in the trees.
Roger, Roger. Well, you're doing a really good job. Now, your audio is kind of restricted as far as the low end. It probably is disappearing about 400 cycles, Roger.
400 cycles, Roger.
Yeah, very good. I think I need to touch up my mic settings here. So I will certainly look at that, and I appreciate the audio report.
Roger, Roger. And just, well, we have a setup. Is that radio capable of 100 to 2900 in the transmit bandwidth area, 100 to 2900?
Bandwidth area, 100 to 2900?
Yeah, I believe it is. I'll have to dig into the menus and find it.
Roger, Roger. That is our preferred operation for that transmitter. It lets the transmitter be all that it can be frequency response-wise, and then gives you just a slice of daylight before you're into somebody else's conversation, Roger.
You're into somebody else's conversation, Roger.
Yeah, very good. Totally understand. So, all right, well, I will look through the menus here and double-check the EQ settings.
Roger, Rich, I have a couple of other things you might check also, and that is on your compressor processor, we suggested on, but only at a 3 out of 10 or 30 out of 100, a very low amount of compression, but you know, like I say, about a 3 out of 10 or 30 out of 100, and then moving to your ALC meter to set your proper mic modulation level would be, as you say the word audio, you become a human test generator on that word audio. It took me months to find a perfect word to use as a setup, and that word has many tonalities within the word. If you look at that word spoken on a field strength meter, a frequency meter, you'll see just wall-to-wall audio through there. So it's not peaky, it's very broad, and it's just the perfect thing to become a human test generator. And as you say the word audio, adjust your mic gain until your ALC meter is running 7 or 2/3. 7 or 2/3 as you say the magic word audio. Don't worry about the back half of that word. It's just the part that really does the thing, Roger.
Part that really does the thing, Roger.
Oh, that's a great tip. I will definitely try that because I have the old-fashioned that they don't make any more LDG meter, so I can see it really clearly. So I will, I can set it to a 7 here, and it looks like just while I'm talking, the ALC is between a 5 and a 7.
Roger that, Roger that. Well, all right, sir. That sounds pretty good, and I think if you consult your book on some of the other stuff, I think it'll sound even better. If you get a chance, join us next Friday. And between then, we are recording live, so if you would like to hear your radio, if you go to YouTube and do a call letter search for Kilo Charlie 9 Victor Kilo Victor, followed by the word logbook, that will take you to this recording, and I'll have it uploaded by noon tomorrow. Roger.
I'll have it uploaded by noon tomorrow, Roger.
Yeah, very good. Hey, thanks so much for that information and for the contact. Well, hope you're going to have fun with Field Day weekend. We're up here, a bunch of people setting up antennas, so I'm going to get back to that, but just wanted to make sure my stuff worked here before I start helping other people. Have a wonderful weekend. AA3RC, I'll be clearing your final.
Roger, Roger, Rich, sounds really good, sir, and I wish you luck on your contacts in the park. And if you get a chance, join us next Friday. We'd love to have you. This is the Friday afternoon Qso-Vlog net. If you have a radio you want to check out, give me a shout.
If you have a radio you want to check out, give me a shout.
Okay, I am on my local antenna, and I am receiving that signal mostly on my local antenna. I thought I might get a better copy up around PA, but no, it's my local antenna. So, one more time on that call sign, please, slowly, phonetically.
Kilowatt 0, Foxtrot,
So I got 0 Foxtrot Charlie, so I'm trying, and come on back one more time, slowly, phonetically with the call sign. Tell you what, station, I copied the same thing again, but if you could, why don't you give me about 10 seconds or so and tell me about your antenna system, and I'll look around and see if I can find a better path for us, Roger.
A better path for us, Roger.
Yeah, I went around the horn there. I've got 5 internet SDR locations plus my local location, and I only copied you on my local antenna, and you were only about maybe 1 dB above my noise level, just barely there, and I could not copy past that. I copied your call sign. There's 3 parts of your call sign the same each time I copied it. So, but I don't think we're going to be able to make contact today. If you're interested in a setup, I am running a kilowatt. So if you can copy me, we could go ahead with the setup if you're interested in that, Roger. Okay, I got Kilo 0, Foxtrot Charlie, what was the end there?
Lima. But if you're having that part of it not hearing me, it's going to be hard for you to...
Yeah, Foxtrot Charlie Lima, what's the name? What is the name there? I'm sorry, Foxtrot Charlie Lima, I do not have a copy on you, so let me say 73, sir. And if my signal comes up to you, you might try me again later on. If we're available, I'll be glad to come back to you if I copy you just a little bit better. Right now, like I say, I'm only copying you about 1 dB above my local antenna noise level. So 73 there, station, and we'll try it later. This is the Friday afternoon Qso-Vlog net. If you have a radio you want to check out, give me a shout.
NP2NC here. How do you copy?
Well, I tell you what, man, you just blew up my whole system. Just tore it all up. I'm sitting down here listening for minuscule signals, you know? And then all of a sudden somebody comes in and just rips my head off.
Thank Well, thank you very much for that. I hope I didn't really ruin anything.
No, sir. No, it's a beautiful. Well, your signal is very good, but I think a couple of things that we might be able to improve on it immensely. What kind of radio are you running there?
What kind of radio are you running there?
I'm running a Nikon 7300. Your signal is not that strong.
Roger. Well, you know, I'm running a kilowatt here, and I'm copying your transmission on the PA-SDR. So essentially, that's what it is. And this band has been up and down for the last 3 years. Has not really been a good band. What's the call sign there? Slowly, phonetically.
Really been a good band. What's the call sign there? Slowly, phonetically.
Station, this is Kilo Charlie 9 Victor, Kilo Victor, the Friday afternoon Qso-Vlog net. If you've got a copy, what's the call sign there?
If you've got a copy, what's the call sign there?
And negative contact. Boy, this is an interesting afternoon here. This is the Friday afternoon Qso-Vlog network, and what we do is try to help assist folks in setting up their transmitters. And we will usually run from 3:30 till 5 and record all the time, so then you can move to YouTube by noon tomorrow and hear this recording and hear your audio. And if we set it up, then you can hear as we set things up what difference those things make to your signal. This is the Friday afternoon Qso-Vlog net. If you have a radio you want to check out, give me a shout.
Vlog net. If you have a radio you want to check out, give me a shout.
Well, I'll tell you, it doesn't seem like the band is necessarily outstanding today, but usually, I'm running 5 internet SDR locations across the eastern part of the United States, and so that helps. We go from PA down to Georgia, and then catch the blow-by from Georgia, from Florida, and like that, and then up in Pennsylvania, if you're higher up into the United States, usually that would be about right for like a 400 or 500 mile jump. This is the Friday afternoon Qso-Vlog net. If you have a radio you want to check out, give me a shout.
If you have a radio you want to check out, give me a shout.
I'm sorry, station. I only have about a dB above my noise level for you, and I can't really pull the words out. It's too close to the noise to really pull it out. It's not a good day for transmissions on 40 meters, it seems like. This is the Friday afternoon Qso-Vlog net.
This is the Friday afternoon Qso-Vlog net.
This is November Papa 2, November Charlie.
November Charlie, I got a room full of you. Come back slowly, phonetically, with the call sign.
November Charlie, I got a room full of you. Come back slowly, phonetically, with the call sign.
It's November Papa 2, November Charlie.
Roger, Roger, November Charlie. What's the name there?
Roger, Roger, November Charlie. What's the name there?
This is Bob, is the name, and the call is November Papa 2, November Charlie.
Roger, Roger, November Charlie. What's your location, sir?
Roger, Roger, November Charlie. What's your location, sir?
QTH is Camp Hill, Pennsylvania.
Roger, Roger, and I'm on my PA SDR, sir, and you're giving me about, looks to be about 15 over. What radio are you running, sir?
Looks to be about 15 over. What radio are you running, sir?
A lot of QSB today, and your signal is subject to that QSB. I'm sorry, I missed that.
Roger, Roger. What radio are you running today, sir?
Roger, Roger. What radio are you running today, sir?
Running an ICOM 7300.
Roger, Roger, Bob. Well, gosh, if you might be interested, we have a beautiful setup procedure for that radio. First thing is to be sure that you're in that 100 to 2900 transmit bandwidth. 100 to 2900 TBW. It gets the transmitter going as best as it can go, and then gives you just a slice of daylight before you're into somebody else's conversation, Roger.
A slice of daylight before you're into somebody else's conversation, Roger.
I'm sorry if I did do that. I just have a new setup of my antenna and was checking it out in B2NC.
Yes, well, we suggest that TBC wide, it's called wide on the 7300, and it's 100 to 2900. You have a selection of 3 different bandwidths on that 7300, and I believe that 100 to 2900 is called wide for the 7300, Roger?
Is called wide on the 7300, Roger?
Roger. This MP2NC, may I have your Q2H, please?
Yeah, we're down around Louisville, Kentucky. We're actually on the Indiana side of the Ohio River, right at Louisville, Roger.
The Indiana side of the Ohio River, right at Louisville, Roger.
Hi, Bob. You still got a coffee, sir?
E2NC, let's do a 73, and maybe I can pick you up on a better propagation day. Thank you, MP2NC.
Roger, 73, sir. Have a great afternoon, beautiful weekend. This is the Friday afternoon Qso-Vlog net. If you have a radio you want to check out, give me a shout.
Qso-Vlog net. If you have a radio you want to check out, give me a shout.
Nothing here. It's going to be one of those days. I think we may go fishing. We may go fishing this afternoon. It doesn't seem like a lot of traffic happening, and so we shall see. This is the Friday afternoon Qso-Vlog net. If you have a radio you want to check out, give me a shout.
Vlog net. If you have a radio you want to check out, give me a shout.
Lima.
Station ending in Lima. I just caught the tail end of that. Come back slowly, phonetically, with your call sign.
Kilowatt Delta 9 Victor Gulf Lima. Kilowatt Delta 9 Victor Gulf Lima.
Victor Gulf Lima, Roger. What's the name there?
Name is Gary. You're a solid 5'9". I didn't get your call sign.
Oh my gosh, we have the delivered QRMers with us. Not polite to tune up on an active frequency, sir. But what good does that do? Anyway, Victor Gulf and Lima, the name was Gary. Is that a Roger?
It's a Roger, and we're located in New Berlin, Wisconsin. That's a suburb of Milwaukee, just 10 miles west of the city of Milwaukee. Could I get your call sign?
Yes, sir. It's Kilo Charlie 9 Victor Kilo Victor. KC9VKV. Name here is Jim, Juliet India Mike. And this is the Qso-Vlog net, where we assist folks in their transmitter setups. That radio you're running there, what radio is it you're running, sir?
We are running an ICOM 7600, and it's currently feeding my Ameritron ALS 600, cranking out about 4. Over.
Yes, sir. Gary, why don't you give me about 10 seconds and tell me about that antenna system you got, and let me look around and see if I can find a better path for us, Roger?
Sure, the antenna system.
See if I can find a better path for us, Roger.
Runs about 178 feet. It's a big triangle, and it is kind of southwest facing. So unfortunately, I can't turn it too much, but you're doing great. You have a solid 5 and 9, solid 5-9. Over.
Roger. Well, today is, doesn't seem like it's one of those great days for the world of communications on 40 meters. I've had about 3 pass through that I've only had about a dB above my noise level, and that was on my local antenna. I've got 5 internet SDR locations spread out over the eastern part of the United States, from New York down to Georgia, trying to catch the best copy from my 100-watt friends. Roger? Roger, Gary, and I'm afraid you just dropped out, bud. Boy, I had a beautiful copy on my local antenna, and now it's you're just into the noise, Roger.
Yeah, Roger, it's the same thing happened with you, Jim. It went from a 5.9 to a 5.2, and now you're climbing back up the hill. It's pulled back up over.
Yes, sir. Maybe we just need to stimulate the electrons between us, Roger.
That's probably the situation. What did you
Between us, Roger.
get from me on the peaks, over?
Gosh, I just went by my PA SDR, and you popped in there really, really loud. Looking at your audio, we have a setup procedure that we try to follow. If somebody might be interested. Has to do first with the transmitter bandwidth, TBW, and if possible, we're trying to get those transmitters in the 100 to 2900 wide transmit bandwidth. That allows your transmitter to be all that it can be, and then gives you just a slice of daylight before you're into somebody else's conversation, Roger.
Slice of daylight before you're into somebody else's conversation, Roger.
Well, Gary, I think we're back into the unknown area of lack of propagation. You're back into my noise level, so I don't think we're going to be able to have a decent conversation here today. For Mother Nature seems to be on the warpath. So let me say 73 there, sir, and maybe we'll try it next Friday, Roger. Roger, Gary, 73, sir. And after pondering the situation here, does not look good for 40 meters as far as communication today. So I'll tell you what, I think we're going to shut her down and go fishing. Maybe run the internet a little bit there and see if we can copy anybody for a couple of times, and then I think we're going to go fishing. So this is the Friday afternoon Qso-Vlog net. If you have a radio you want to check out, give me a shout.
Want to check out? Give me a shout.
Yeah, all I'm getting is noise on my SDRs. So we are going to do that. This is Kilo Charlie 9 Victor Kilo Victor, the Friday afternoon Qso-Vlog net. We're going to return the frequency back to normal amateur radio use. This is Kilo Charlie 9 Victor Kilo Victor, clear.
Houston, you know you're 5/9 in North Carolina.
Thank you, North Carolina, 73, sir.